Hey guys, welcome to a new sort of video on the channel. If you haven't seen my new layout with my YouTube picture and channel art, you'll have seen that it's all kind of Ubisoft themed. Well, first of all, I want to thank my mate Aiden for the actual channel picture. I'm gonna have his channel in the description. But the reason for this is because I really wanted to start maybe just doing a lot more videos on games that I like. So this is going to be the first time I'm doing this, so if you do like the video, and I don't ask, if you do like this video and this new concept, well, it's not really new, but other people have done it, but please like the video and subscribe just because it shows me that you want me to do more, and I'll probably end up doing more if I like it, but let's just get into it. So today we're going to be talking about Hyper Scape. A lot of people probably know what this is. This has kind of blown up recently, or over the last few days. It's essentially Ubisoft's brand new Battle Royale, and I've played it. I really like it, and I thought that we should talk about little details that I think people should know, and details that I think if you haven't really kept up to date, they're something you might want to know. So, first things first, what is Hyperscape? Hyperscape is obviously a new battle royale by Ubisoft. Essentially, it's all set in the future. It's all like in VR, not a VR battle royale, but it's the whole game's set in a VR. And essentially, it's like a futuristic city that you go around killing people. However, it has a lot of mobility. This is sort of what I expected Apex would have been, seeing that it was kind of like a successor to Titanfall. I was really hoping Apex would have this much mobility. However, this game is insane it's insanely fast. I kept seeing that it was going to be fast, and boy, it is. You can teleport behind people, you can just dash up into the sky, you can run across buildings. It's insane, and I actually loved it. I really like how fast it is. It just feels really fun to play. But something that I think a lot of people are going to be confused about is stream integration. You may be wondering what this is, and essentially the whole game is got a massive Twitch audience. Essentially, if you have a look on here, on this image on screen, there is two whole sections to do with this. The first part is revenue, and the second part is motivation. So the whole revenue section essentially says that if you donate bits to a streamer, essentially what will happen is that streamer will earn more money from those bits, which is amazing. I love it so much. However, the second section is the section that a lot of people have been confused about, and since I've played the game, I just want to make sure I clear it up, just so everyone knows. So, the top one on motivations, if you can see, it says you can decide to open squad invites to subscribers only. This is fine, this is totally fine, no one has a problem with this. This is something streamers do all the time to incorporate their viewers into their streams. It's an incredibly cool thing, and I'm really glad that it's actually being incorporated into the game. I love it, I think it's so cool. But the second part is subscribers get triple vote when voting on GM cards. The whole triple vote thing isn't what's been people are being annoyed about, it's the whole just followers and streamers can have viewers vote. And what this means is essentially you can get stuff like extra health, extra ammo, extra speed if you vote on this. So a lot of people assumed that this means that if you have a lot of viewers, you will be overpowered because the viewers will just vote on shit and you will get loads of shit. This isn't the case. What happens is everyone on the map gets these rewards. So it's not going to be a case of everyone, just that streamer is gonna be super overpowered with loads of health and loads of ammo. It's gonna be everyone in the map will end up with having loads of health and loads of ammo if there's loads of streamers. So it's incredibly fair, So just keep that in mind before hating on the game. It's not all for the streamers. But if you are interested in the game, you may be wondering, how do you play it? This game follows a very similar structure to Valorant, the Riot games. Essentially what happens is, if you watch Twitch streamers who have drops, you can get a code, or you can get into the actual game. If you just sit for a few hours watching, you'll end up getting into the game. So I did this for a few hours, I got in, I played it, it's fun, but I've heard a lot of people got in like after about 10 minutes of watching. So it seems to be way more lenient than Valorant, where you may actually be watching for like 2 days straight and you won't get a code. I was just watching for an hour and got in. It's totally random when you get in, from what I've heard. I don't think there's any way to tell when you will get in. So just keep watching and make sure that your Uplay is linked to your Twitch so that you can do it. There is a whole thing about it. I'm going to be in the description. I'll be putting a lot of links to things that can help you out in case you want to get in. So this beta, it's a closed beta. You can only get in through this. And I think if you have signed up on email, you can get in through email. That may have been how I got in, because I did get an email as well, but it doesn't matter. Essentially, if you have a look, you'll be able to see that you can access it from 5 PM UK time yesterday, from when this is probably being uploaded, until 7 PM Wednesday UK time. So you have just less than a week to be able to play it and get good at it. So you have a lot of time, really, to play and just get to grips with it. There's a lot of time for people to show off the game and for people to get excited, in case you're just on console. I am, but I managed to play it. So, yeah, if you haven't got in yet, don't worry. Just, you have plenty of time. Don't worry yourself. But something that you may be wondering is if there's any rewards for playing, because normally games don't really have a reason to go on closed betas apart from just playing the game. However, here it feels like there is. If you have a look on the screen, there is this cool new Corsair skin where you can only unlock, from what I've gathered, through playing in the beta. There's also a whole battle pass for the closed beta. There are 10 tiers, and if you unlock all of them, you will have all of that stuff in the full game. All of this stuff won't be able to be unlocked after the game launches, so if you are playing in the beta, make sure to level that up and get that. But this is pretty typical for Ubisoft to incorporate cool new skins and stuff for people who've played in events, people who have played in betas, alphas, all that sort of stuff. So if it's an open beta, play it. If you want the cool skin, play a closed beta. It's a Ubisoft game. That's how Ubisoft do their things. They give people rewards for playing their games and playing games early. So it's quite cool, and it's pretty expected. However, something else that I think we should talk about is a prediction for the release date. This isn't set in stone, so don't take this with a grain of salt, because this is not 100%. However, a lot of leaks have stated that the game is either going to go into open beta or full launch on the 12th of July, which honestly works pretty well, because that fits with the Ubisoft Forward event. Essentially, the game will go into full launch or whatever the day of Ubisoft Forward. They probably announce it and shadow launch it. However, this isn't set in stone, so don't expect this. Another rumor is that Xbox and PlayStation will not launch with PC. It will launch later in the year. Don't worry. I mean, don't expect them to launch at the same time, but don't expect them to launch different times. It's not confirmed yet. We don't know for sure. It's a rumor. So take that with a grain of salt. I personally think they will launch at the same time, because it doesn't really feel normal to launch them at different times, honestly, for a game where you're going to need as many people playing to get a bigger service. So that's what I think. However, it could be different, so just don't get your hopes up. But yeah, I will be watching Ubisoft Forward, and that's pretty much it for the video. If you're wondering what's going to happen next, we have a video coming out probably the day after Ubisoft Forward, which is essentially just me and my friends' live reactions to the show. I'm going to be recording our reactions and just uploading them the day after once I've edited and rendered it, but that's just that. And then the next few days, just before Ghost of Tsushima, we will upload a few videos talking about the game shown off. If Hyper Scape does launch, we may have some streams, I don't know. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of Ubisoft stuff, because we're in the Ubisoft weeks. This is the Ubisoft month apart from Ghost of Tsushima. And don't there will probably be Ghost of Tsushima videos, probably like a review and probably talking about the actual game. So yeah, that's a pretty long ass outro. So if you do like this sort of video, then please just either subscribe or leave a like. I don't want to beg, but it does really help out to show me that people want to watch these sort of videos. So just go have a good day. Cheerio.